traipsing off to France, as fun as that sounds. I need to figure out my life and what I'm going to do with it. I can't do that in France. I don't want either of you to worry about me. I swear, I'll be fine. Are you sure? Nina asked, tearfully. You'd tell me if you didn't mean that, wouldn't you? I'm very sure. Megan kept her emotions out of it. For now, anyway. This could turn out to be a good thing for me. It'll give me the kick in the butt I've needed to move on. Megan had been marching in place for more than 10 years, since the snowy night they lost their parents in a car crash during her senior year of high school. Nina had been her rock ever since, acting as mother, father, and big sister all rolled into one. The sisters had held on to each other for all these years, and the thought of everyday life without Nina was unfathomable to Megan.
If you agree, we're going to rent the house, Brett said, but the garage apartment is all yours for as long as you want or need it. We told the realtor the garage wasn't part of the deal.
Of course I agree. No sense the house sitting vacant when you could be making some money. Her brother-in-law's sweetness nearly broke her emotional dam, but she refused to cry in front of them. Since there were going to be tears, and lots of them, she had to get out of there immediately. No way would she make them feel bad about something they were so excited about. Knowing she was on borrowed time where the tears were concerned, Megan gathered up her belongings and stood. I'll see you guys in the morning. Let me drive you home, Nina said. That's okay. I could use the fresh air after being inside all afternoon. They'd used their afternoon and evening off to do their monthly deep clean of the diner. You're sure you're all right? Nina asked. Megan bent to kiss her sister's cheek. I'm fine, and I'm thrilled for both of you. Nina held her tight for a minute. Love you, Meggie. Megan couldn't remember the last time Nina had called her by her childhood nickname. Love you too. Feeling as if she'd been set adrift, untethered from the one sure thing in her life, Megan stepped out of the diner, taking a moment to breathe in the fresh, clean early autumn air. The tears she'd managed to contain in front of Nina and Brett broke loose in sobs that had her looking for a place to hide until the storm passed. She crossed the street and ducked behind the Green Mountain Country Store, planning to hide out until Brett and Nina left for home. The last thing she wanted was for them to see her crying, and nothing short of a miracle would help her keep it together tonight. After another 12-hour marathon in front of the computer, Hunter Abbott stood and stretched out the kinks in his shoulders and back. As the chief financial officer for the Green Mountain Country Store and other Abbott family businesses, Hunter worked pretty much all the time. If it weren't for the pressing need for food that his body demanded every few hours, he'd probably work around the clock. It wasn't like he had anything better to do, and wasn't that a sad, pathetic fact of his life? His stomach let out an unholy growl that had him checking the time on his computer. 9:10. With the diner closed today, that left pizza as his only option in town at this hour. He dialed the number to Kingdom Pizza from memory and ordered a small veggie and a salad. If he was resorting to eating junk, at least it was somewhat healthy. Before his twin sister Hannah had remarried over the summer, Hunter might have headed for her house to bum some dinner and conversation, but with Nolan now living with Hannah and the two of them in starry-eyed, newly wedded bliss, Hunter steered clear. He turned off his computer and glanced at the stack of files still awaiting his attention. Bring them home or leave them for tomorrow? After a brief internal debate, he shut off the light and left them. His tank was running on empty, and tomorrow would bring more of the same. In the outer office, he was surprised to find the light still on in his sister Ella's office. He went over to knock on her door.
You're working late.
As are you.
Except I always do. What's your excuse?
Getting some new products entered into the system and dealing with a pile of paperwork that never seems to get smaller no matter what I do.
I hear you there. So much for being self-employed, huh?
She smiled at him, but he noted a hint of sadness in her eyes that caught him by surprise. Ella was one of the most joyful people he'd ever known, always happy and upbeat.
Is everything okay?
Sure. Why do you ask?
You just seemed